रेडियो उड़ान के अपडेट्स लेने के लिए इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और इस वीडियो को ज्यादा से ज्यादा लाइक कीजिए और शेयर कीजिए। फॉर मोर इन्फो लॉग ऑन टू www.radioudan.com।
This show is brought to you by National Center for Promotion of Employment for Disabled People। आ गया है अंतर्राष्ट्रीय पर्पल फेस्ट गोवा 2024। जी हाँ दोस्तों, गोवा के मुख्यमंत्री डॉक्टर प्रमोद सावंत ने ऑफिशियली लॉन्च किया है इंटरनेशनल पर्पल फेस्ट गोवा 2024 को। The Office of the State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Government of Goa, the Directorate of Social Welfare, Government of Goa, और the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India गर्व से एक सर्वोत्तम साझेदारी के तहत लेकर आए हैं एक ऐसा अनोखा त्योहार जो विकलांग व्यक्तियों के लिए बन जाएगा जश्न। तो आज ही अपने कैलेंडर में 8 जनवरी 2024 से 13 जनवरी 2024 तक की डेट्स मार्क कर लीजिए। रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए आज ही विजिट करें purplefest.goa.gov.in पर और फोन नंबर है 9156321900। पणजी गोवा में होने वाले इस अविस्मरणीय अनुभव के लिए तैयार हो जाइए और बन जाइए हिस्सा इंटरनेशनल पर्पल फेस्ट गोवा 2024 का।
जी हाँ दोस्तों, नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। मैं दानिश महाजन प्रोग्राम बदलता दौर में आपका स्वागत करता हूँ। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि हम एनसीपीईडीपी के साथ एक कोलैबोरेशन में जावेद अबीदी फेलो से आपको मिलवा रहे हैं, उनकी रिसर्च के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। फिलहाल इस सेगमेंट का, इस कोलैबोरेशन का इस साल ये लास्ट एपिसोड है। अगले साल कुछ और जावेद अबीदी फेलो से आपको मिलवाएंगे। आज की जो हमारी मेहमान हैं एलिस इब्राहिम जी, जो पीएचडी कर रही हैं जेंडर एंड डिसेबिलिटी के ऊपर, एनसीपीईडीपी जावेद अबीदी फेलो हैं और इनकी रिसर्च का टॉपिक है वेदर द ऑनलाइन क्लासेस आर एक्सेसिबल फॉर पर्सन्स विद विजुअल इम्पेयरमेंट एंड हियरिंग इम्पेयरमेंट। एलिस जी, बहुत बहुत स्वागत आपका रेडियो उड़ान पर।
Thank you so much.
So before we start, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Alice Ibrahim. I am from Thrissur district in Kerala. I did my studies mostly from Chennai. Then I went to do my masters and MPhil in University of Hyderabad. Then I started with the NCPEDP Fellowship in 2021. And right now I have joined for Ph.D in Gender Studies again at the same university. So I've been interested in both gender and disability. So in my work has been all looking in both of these aspects since my MPhil research.
Right.
Yes.
When did you get to know about this fellowship and why did you join this fellowship?
So I got to know about it in 2021 actually. Like I was at home. It was a peak of COVID. And I was like reading a lot of news about classes being held online, and I was thinking how like students like me are accessing these classes. So I'm a person with visual impairment, and there was a lot of difficulties for me as a student when doing things online because I did not study in a special school or anything. I studied in a normal inclusive school. So I was thinking how in a state like Kerala, which is known for its literacy rate and education, how the online classes are happening. So this thought was there in my head for a long time, and when I saw the advertisement for applications for NCPEDP Fellowship, I applied and I got through, and I started working on it back then with the help of my mentor and people in NCPEDP.
As you mentioned, Kerala is known for its education literacy.
Mm-hmm.
So here I want to understand, you said you did your study from Chennai and now you are in Hyderabad.
Yes.
Why not Kerala itself?
That was mostly family reasons and also health reasons. I was undergoing treatment for my eyes and it was in Chennai, so that's why I moved. I was in Kerala till my 5th standard and I moved to Chennai from my 6th. So that's the reason mostly.
From where you got information with regard to NCPEDP-Javed Abidi Fellowship?
I actually got it, I think through Instagram. One of my mutual friends shared it. And at that point of time, it was really interesting because it was that time I was actually, understanding more about disability movement, and understanding that I'm also a person with disability. And I thought working with an organization will NCPDP will be personally also benefit me, because I wanted to understand better about my identity as well. So there were a lot of reasons for me to join, and when I read about the fellowship, I found it very interesting. I thought I could do something for other people. So that's why I joined the fellowship, and as I expected, it has been a great journey for me personally as well as professionally to understand a lot about disability movement and all this work that is happening in India.
Right. So when I saw your PhD topic,
Yes.
it's a heavy topic. So,
Yeah.
gender and disability, it's very technical, very important. You have to do a lot of research. It's not everybody's cup of tea.
Yes.
But when I see your research topic with NCPDP, it's a bit light as compared to your PhD topic. So why didn't you why didn't you pick your topic on gender and disability itself rather than picking? I just want to understand the background story of picking this online classes topic.
I think the reason was mostly the situation. If you remember, 2021 was very tough year for all of us. So there was a lot going on with relate to access to education, access to healthcare, and disabled people were the least that were talked about everywhere. So I kind of understood that this was a topic that has to be done at that point of time, because nobody was talking about how like COVID was affecting our personal lives, our access to different things. Only disabled people were talking about it. So at that point of time, I thought, yes, I should do this. And right now, I have shifted my focus, because gender and disability has always been a topic of interest for me. And PhD, as you know, is a long-term research. So that's why I'm doing that right now.
I think it's a wonderful, and some other time we'll have a different show with you on specifically gender and disability.
Sure. I'd be happy to talk about it.
So Alice, now before I get into your findings and recommendations and all, I want to understand, is online education and accessibility for online classes for the visually impaired or the hearing impaired is still relevant?
Absolutely, because online is something that we cannot live without. Digital world is getting, like it's as important as everything else right now. So we can't think about a world where we'll say that, I will do just go to school, physical classrooms. There's no, there were a lot of people who are saying, like, after COVID, we don't have to talk about online classes. I don't agree with it, because like it's a reality. We can access a lot of different things when you have access to online educational tools and all those things. So if non-disabled, able-bodied students can access it, I think disabled people also should have the equal access to such platforms. So
Right.
yeah, so it's not the same as how it was in COVID time, where we were having just like normal classes in online mode, but now it's more advanced. Like if you want to learn about some different thing that you can do in class, obviously you'll go online, you will go watch some YouTube video. So online, like digital world is something that everyone needs right now. And
But digital world is a bit different from the topic we are discussing, right?
Okay.
We are talking about online classes accessibility specifically. So,
Okay.
yeah. Now, tell us what are the key findings you have.
Okay. So I found out, I did study with schools in my district, Trishul. So I found that during the questionnaire and interview process, most of them said that classes were accessible when I asked the first question. But however, when I asked like more questions, they started saying about the issues they faced. So some of the findings I found was most of the time the classes became inaccessible, not because of the technical issues, mostly because the teachers and parents were insensitive to what disabled students need. So there was a student with hearing impairment I talked, where he and his parents were saying that the teachers would just send the assignments and homework through WhatsApp voice messages, and he wouldn't be able to hear. And this was not something that could have, like, if the teacher was aware of disability and inclusion and access, she wouldn't have done this. So I found one of the major gap was the unawareness on the part of educators and teachers. And also most of the time the parents also were like, okay, this my son or daughter is disabled, even if they don't attend classes, it's okay. So most of the time there was a case study which I did, like, where the parents said that, okay, I would give, there would be only one device, where the mobile device, and they would say that, okay, my other son who is not disabled, they should attend the classes, not the disabled daughter. So there was a lot of this issues, like mostly related to insensitivity and unawareness on part of both the caregivers and teachers.
So there are certain other challenges as well. Did you draw underline, like there are 2-3 issues mainly? A, even most of the disabled do not procure these devices. B, there was a greater problem in rural area. Even internet is still not available in many parts of India. C, that our system was not ready, like you already mentioned. We did not have sign language interpreter. People were not aware with regard to many disabilities. So did you find something? How many people have devices and all? What is your take on that?
Yes, but those studies which came out, but when I compared it to my district and my state, I didn't find there was an issue of not having access to devices, so, or internet. So you know that Kerala has better access to internet and all those things. So that was, and my research was done in a town, like urban towns. So I can only speak about that. So when I asked about this, at least there was a smart, like mostly, I wouldn't say that everyone had access to laptops, but most of them at least had smartphones with them. At least one phone at their home. So in my case study, I wouldn't say that lack of access to mobile phones or laptops were an issue. Yeah, internet definitely not, like everyone has high speed internet. So there were a number of cases, they said they missed classes because the internet was slow or they couldn't access it. So definitely access to internet was definitely an issue. Also with regards to like policies and stuff, I wouldn't, like Kerala state government was very much active, and so from the, like, Kerala was the first state to start online classes, and from then itself they had a set of number of policies for like how education should be for people with disabilities. So my study, I might be wrong also, but what I found out was it was not with regard to lack of...
No, you are not wrong.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, your study is specifically to particular town.
Yes,
so maybe situation of other parts are completely different. But
yeah.
as you rightly said, you cannot comment since your study is limited to a particular town. So what you found, you found.
Yeah. I would like take this time to say that the Kerala government had really good policies with regards to accessibility and education. But what they kind of missed out was this sensitization part. Like, of course, there were a lot of good number of teachers who did like really great job, but there was a mother of a student who said that, like, teachers are also very overburdened. So there'll be like 10-15 students and there'll be only one teacher, and they had to do a lot of things, and all the students will be with different disabilities, and we know that every kind of disability needs different kind of access. So that was the thing, and these parents were saying that government should employ more special educators. So that is also one thing that I also was stating in my recommendation.
Yeah, go on with your recommendation. Yes, you rightly said, but still we can say situation is a bit different from other states when it comes to Kerala. Situation is little better. Yeah, what are your key recommendations here?
One recommendation I was saying was that parents who has students with disabilities should be trained actually to use this. So there were a number of instances where parents didn't know at beginning how to access Zoom or a Google Classroom or all those things. So I think as much as students are trained, I think for parents who have especially primary school children, they should also be trained. And another thing was there should be a massive push for sensitization, and teachers should they shouldn't consider. There are a lot of times when parents and teachers were like, oh, this is just a disabled students, they will just pass. But we should never think that way, because just like every other kid, even disabled kids have their need to understand, their right to get information, the right to get educated. They just shouldn't be any charity case. So that kind of understanding about rights and sensitization about having all the equal access, that is also something that I was recommending. And also, as you said, yeah, definitely internet and devices are still an issue, probably not in my urban town but in other places. So government, before jumping into online classes next time if there is a pandemic, I think they should make sure that every home has at least a laptop or a computer device. But I would say that this thing that I found, the Kerala government was doing this classes through mass media like TVs and all those things, so everyone has access, but I didn't find they were doing the same for disabled students. They were doing that for the non-disabled students. So next time probably they could add that also to the online classes.
Right. How important NCPEDP-Javed Abidi Fellow is? Do you want to see more fellowships like that? Do you want other organizations should also come forward and start this sort of fellowship?
Yes, absolutely. I would say this fellowship has been an important part of my life, personal as well as professional life. And I think every disabled young person should get an opportunity to understand their identity, understand their rights, and do something, give back something to the society. So I would say that this fellowship has been really great opportunity for me, and I got to learn a lot from my other fellows also. For me, I haven't met people with different disabilities till then in my life. So because of the fellowship, I met people with different kinds of disabilities, and I understood what different kind of access means, and from different parts of India too. So my reality, I could see that what different kind of realities exist in different parts of the country. So I would say that the fellowship is really important, and I will be happy if many organizations came up with such short and long-term fellowships.
Is there anything which I haven't asked you want to share with the people?
As during the fellowship, me and some of my fellows got an opportunity to visit USA, and that was also a very important learning opportunity for us to understand how accessibility and disability policies work in one of the most developed, so-called developed countries in the world. And we kind of saw that India also has really good policies, and I with people like us who's working in the field, we can also reach that level of US sometime soon.
Can you elaborate a bit on this, because you have started a very important thing, like you said, we are not that far away. Okay, we have some good system. Can you tell us 1-2 things?
Yes, with regards to our RPWD Act and policies, state level policies, we have really solid, like we have a solid foundation, and what we have to do is, we as people with disabilities, we have to work and ask for rights. What I saw in US was that, like, there were people with disabilities in, like, holding positions in all like all important departments and all those things, and they were pushing for accessibility and inclusion. And I think if in India, if more people like us with disabilities like ask for stuff in different departments, keep fighting, I think we are not far away from reaching that kind of inclusion and accessibility in our country.
Thank you, Alice. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your research. It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
तो लिसनर्स, आज हमने बात की एलिस जी से, जिनका टॉपिक था ऑनलाइन क्लासेस एक्सेसिबिलिटी फॉर विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड एंड हियरिंग इम्पेयर्ड. आई एम श्योर यू वुड लव दिस एपिसोड, और मुझे इस शो में बहुत मजा आया. अगले सप्ताह किसी और पर्सनैलिटी से मुलाकात होगी. जाते जाते आपको बता दें कि पर्पल फेस्ट की रजिस्ट्रेशंस ऑन है. अगर आप गोवा में इंटरनेशनल पर्पल फेस्ट 2024 का हिस्सा बनना चाहते हैं तो www.purplefest.goa.gov.in पर आप जा सकते हैं. और साथ ही साथ सार्थक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ओलंपिक स्किल कंपटीशन करवा रही है. अगर आप में किसी भी तरह की कोई स्किल्स है, आप पेंटिंग करते हैं, कुकिंग करते हैं, तो आप ओलंपिक में भी अपने आप को रजिस्टर करें. मिलूंगा अगले सप्ताह किसी और पर्सनैलिटी के साथ. दीजिए इजाजत. नमस्कार.
अब प्रोग्राम बदलता दौर में आपके फेवरेट होस्ट दानिश महाजन करेंगे बात NCPEDP जावेद आबिदी फेलो से. जावेद आबिदी फेलोशिप एक लीडरशिप डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम है जो नेशनल सेंटर फॉर प्रमोशन ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट फॉर डिसेबल्ड पीपल यानी NCPEDP द्वारा शुरू किया गया है. ये प्रोग्राम यूथ विद डिसेबिलिटीज के लिए है जो अपना करियर बनाना चाहते हैं डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर में, पर्टिकुलरली डिसेबिलिटी राइट्स और इंक्लूजन में. तो हर सप्ताह होगी एक NCPEDP जावेद आबिदी फेलो से बात, और जानेंगे कि उन्होंने डिसेबिलिटी के किस टॉपिक पर की है रिसर्च. तो सुनना मत भूलिएगा प्रोग्राम बदलता दौर हर रविवार रात 9 बजे और सोमवार शाम को 4 बजे सिर्फ और सिर्फ रेडियो उड़ान पर. For more information, log on to www.radioudaan.com.
Novaflix, an accessible OTT platform for visually impaired.
भोली शालिनी उन्हें गंभीरता से देख नजरअंदाज कर अंदर चली जाती है. वो नेशनल नर्सिंग कॉलेज की बिल्डिंग के सामने खड़ी हो.
अगर आप ब्लाइंड हैं और एंजॉय करना चाहते हैं लेटेस्ट मूवीज, वो भी ऑडियो डिस्क्रिप्शन के साथ, तो आज ही डाउनलोड करें नोवाफ्लिक्स प्ले स्टोर से.
हे गाइस, आप अपने फील्ड में मास्टर हैं, सुपर्ब हैं, टैलेंटेड हैं, लेकिन ये क्या टेक्नोलॉजी के मामले में आप थोड़ा सा पीछे हैं? फिकर नॉट यार, आरजे मीनल है ना. आरजे मीनल के साथ हर हफ्ते टेक सिटी सुनिए और टेक्नोलॉजी की हर बात को जानिए. सुनिए टेक सिटी हर गुरुवार रात 9 बजे से 10 बजे तक, जिसका पुनः प्रसारण होगा हर शुक्रवार शाम 4 बजे से 5 बजे तक, सिर्फ और सिर्फ रेडियो उड़ान पर. तो ना रहेगा आप कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी से दूर. हर हफ्ते टेक सिटी सुनिए हुजूर, सिर्फ और सिर्फ आरजे मीनल के साथ.
दुर्घटनाएं, डिजास्टर्स. बुधवार रात 10 बजे और गुरुवार शाम 5 बजे राजीव भावरी की जुबानी सिर्फ और सिर्फ रेडियो उड़ान पर, जिन्हें सुन आपके पैर ठंडे हो जाएंगे, रोंगटे खड़े हो जाएंगे. राजीव भावरी से आप सुनेंगे बड़े पैमाने पर घटित हो रही प्राकृतिक और मौसमी आपदाएं एवं दुर्घटनाएं, जिसके सामने इंसान बेबस और लाचार नजर आते हैं. For more info, log on to www.radioudaan.com या डाउनलोड करें हमारी ऐप रेडियो उड़ान फ्रॉम प्ले स्टोर और ऐप स्टोर से।
रिश्तों में है तकरार,
अब तो कोई ऐसा दिन नहीं जब हमारी लड़ाई ना होती हो।
या ऑफिशियल लाइफ में है तनाव।
हाँ, ऑफिस भी टाइम पर पहुंचता हूँ, सारा काम टाइम पे पूरा करके देता हूँ, फिर भी ये कहा जाता है कि यार तुम्हारी जॉब खतरे में है। एकदम मैं परेशान हो चुका हूँ, बताओ अब मैं क्या करूँ।
आरजे नरेश सुनेंगे, समझेंगे आपकी हर बात, दिल से दिल तक में होगा आपकी हर समस्या का सटीक इलाज और सही समाधान।
अपनी बात को उनके सामने बहुत पोलाइटली तरीके से रखें, ये काम करता है।
तो सुनना ना भूले लाइव शो दिल से दिल तक हर गुरुवार रात 10 बजे से 11 बजे तक और रिपीट हर शुक्रवार शाम 5 बजे से 6 बजे तक। फॉर मोर इन्फो लॉग ऑन टू www.radioudan.com या फिर डाउनलोड करें रेडियो उड़ान ऐप फ्रॉम प्ले स्टोर या ऐप स्टोर से।
जब खबर हो पक्की तो तहलका तो मचेगा। क्या हो रहा है आज, क्या होने वाला है कल, अब ये है अप टू डेट रहने का वक्त विद लेटेस्ट PWD न्यूज, जॉब अलर्ट्स, इवेंट्स एंड करंट हैपनिंग्स। साथ ही साथ जानिए विभिन्न NGOs के बारे में जो कार्यरत हैं PWD वेलफेयर के लिए। ओनली विद गौरी कुबेर इन द शो कम्युनिटी कलर्स, जो कि प्रसारित किया जाएगा शुक्रवार रात 9 बजे एवं शनिवार शाम 4 बजे। सुनना बिल्कुल ना भूलिएगा।
कभी अतीत का किस्सा सुनाती, कभी उलझे सवालों का जवाब ढूंढ लाती, कभी बनती खाली समय का सहारा, सुकून से भरा है इसमें जीवन सारा। इसकी कहानी कविताओं में मिलता ज्ञान का भवसागर, ये किताबों की दुनिया है जो भर दे गागर में सागर। कभी मोहब्बत के किस्से, कभी परियों की कहानी। सुनना ना भूलिए शो बुक वर्ड RJ राजेश्वरी की जुबानी।
सुनना ना भूलिए शो बुक वर्ल्ड हर बुधवार शाम 8 बजे से 9 बजे तक और रिपीट ब्रॉडकास्ट हर बृहस्पतिवार शाम 3 बजे से 4 बजे तक।
फॉर मोर इन्फो लॉग ऑन टू www.radioudan.com.
Do you feel confused while speaking in English? Enhance your English vocabulary and learn some amazing words every week. Tune into Vocabulary Dose every Thursday 7 to 8 p.m. and repeat broadcast on Friday 2 to 3 p.m. with logophile RJ Divya Sharma. Only on Radio Udaan, a flight of life. Tune in now.